Welcome to another fight with Superhero Barfight. We've got Scarecrow going up against Spider-Man. Season 2, video games versus comic books. Round 9. This is round 9 was yesterday. This is the 10th fight. We're ploughing through this. Scarecrow versus Spider-Man. These two are kind of like heroes and villains that I think could actually exist in the same universe. Almost like Scarecrow is one of the top tier people that should be coordinating the Sinister Six.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
You know,
Scarecrow's like got that sort of sinister, sexy kind of feel, sinister, sexy kind of feel about it. I think it's the bag on the head. Which Scarecrow and which Spider-Man are we going to be going for? Because obviously there's loads of different versions of Scarecrow.
Dude, I love Arkham Scarecrow. I just think they nailed Arkham Scarecrow. Needles on the hands, bag over the head, the sort of like slightly supernatural element that he's got, where like how does he quite look like that? But you know that it's all down to the gas.
Yeah. I mean, we can go with that. I think that's a bit. I wasn't too keen on that version, only because I think they overdid it. I don't think you need to overdo it with him because, like you said, it's all about the gas. Okay, we'll do that though. Spider-Man, are we going to go Homecoming? Are we going to go cartoon? Or Tobey Maguire? What?
Tobey Maguire, he's fucked. Again, it's same as we did last round where we had Cyclops versus Joker. Whatever version that you want, just generally Spider-Man. And if you need to pull bits of different universes, pull bits of different universes. There's no rules here.
You know more about Spider-Man than I do. I think like my thoughts are, if you're going to put Homecoming Spider-Man with that Tony Stark suit against Scarecrow, I think he'd breeze it. I think it'd be no problem at all because it'd be sorts of like gadgets and gizmos inside that suit.
So I reckon we can kind of do our own universe here. I reckon Spider-Man, he knows Iron Man, and he's just been sort of mail ordered this little gadget that he can put into his mask. It's a new visor. There's some new tactics, new ways of seeing things, and vision modes and stuff like that. So he's gone in. He's just installed that into. In fact, he's just been mailed ordered it straight to the Daily Bugle, and he's going in there, and he picks up his mail, and J. Jonah Jameson's there, just like, Parker, you got some mail. So he opens it up and he realizes what it is. So he slyly goes to the bathroom, puts it in his suit. He's like, "Oh, cool, goody, this is awesome." Sort of typical over the top Spider-Man, and all of a sudden he starts hearing this hiss noise from the toilets. And he's like, what the hell? So he realizes something's going on. So he puts the Spider-Man suit on and he opens the bathroom door to the Whoa, Black Betty, Bow Bow soundtrack. And the entire Daily Bugle is doing the Kingsman church scene. Where it's, whoa, Black Betty, Bow Bow, whoa, Black Betty, Bow Bow. And everyone's just killing each other, throwing knives, smashing each other over the heads with chairs. Peter Parker walks out of the toilet, turns around to the right, and J. Jonah Jameson's there with a stack of newspapers going to kill him. So just web shooter straight to the face, hooks him up by the legs and just ties him up like he's splaying a victim, like he's like Predator. And it's just a 5-minute scene of Spider-Man has got to break the rules of no killing because there's gas in the room and it's Kingsman Central.
Okay, so he's not affected by the gas, but everybody else is.
Well, it turns out that little piece that Stark has sent him, he knew that Scarecrow was in town, and he sent him his little bits because he's looking after him. But this is Spider-Man's independent film, so he doesn't want it. He's not getting contracted enough and paid enough, so he's only got a cameo. So that's all like the input he wants to do into the fight. So he's like, "No, I'm not going to turn up. I'm just going to let you do it, but I'm going to give you the tools because you're shit."
I think Spider-Man would be able to. Bring up if the gas isn't going to be affected by him, he could look for the canisters, catch the canisters, throw them out the window, rip all the windows open with his web fingers, and then wait for and then he can kind of just string everyone up. splat against the wall, so they can't move. They're restrained and they can't harm each other. So he doesn't have to kill people as such. He can separate the crowd and he can diffuse the situation that way.
That's cool.
Well, I think, and then he goes out the window and he sees this gas running all down New York. It's everywhere. People fighting from fucking city block to city block. And they're seeing Spider-Man and they're like, oh my God, it's a fucking spider. And they're like throwing shit at him. They're shooting. The police are shooting at him and all sorts. He's like, oh my God, this is too much. So he goes to the highest building and he's looking around. And he's looking for the calmest person in the crowd because, of course, that's the person that's not being affected by the gas. And he sees Scarecrow just strolling around, looking at the chaos he's caused, enjoying what he's done because he's
Die, Marvel fanboys.
And at that point, I think Spider-Man has got the advantage of, one, he's not being affected by the gas, and two, he's got the height, so he can swing over Scarecrow, bring him up to a skyscraper. You know, take him way out the crowd so he can't harm anybody else. Zoop, you're coming with me, boy. You know, and that way he can just kick shit out of him and find the antidote.
So he's there kicking the shit out of him, just taking him off to sort of like Ellis Island or something like that. But I don't trust Spider-Man to not be overly cocky here. Yes, he's got his spidey senses, but he gets caught out every now and again. And I reckon a little needle here or there could get a bit of the toxin directly into him.
Oh, okay. I like the idea of that.
So, yeah, he's there punching the shit out of him, trying to get some information. He's like, where is she? It's just like, where's who? I don't know. I'm after the antidote, but where is she? And pop it into his little pinky toe. Or pinky toe? Have you got? Yeah, it is your pinky toe, isn't it? Little needle. In goes the toxin, and all of a sudden, all around him, he's seeing all kinds of fucked up shit. He's got Mary Jane in Kirsten Dunst's form, just telling him, "You're not as good as Tobey Maguire was." And Tom Holland there is inside the suit, going, "Oh no!" And then he's got visions.
Kirsten Dunst is like, "Can you see my nipples from my shirt?"
He's got visions of Tobey Maguire walking down the street doing his Spider-Man 3 dance, and just like, what the fuck is this shit? What's going on? I can't be part of this universe. And he's just absolutely screwed up.
And you got Andrew Garfield sulking and crying in a corner. No one remembers me.
Holding up a dead Gwen Stacy. Just like, I couldn't save her. And
they went to DC with this shit. They went to DC.
And then he turns around and there's this sort of shadowed figure. He's just like, I get where the other two guys are, but who are you? And he's just like, I'm the inevitable next Spider-Man once you get recast after 2 films. He's just like, no, on his knees.
Okay, so I think once Spider-Man has been injected with scare venom, is that it then? Because I mean, we see Batman get caught with it all the time. He kind of has to disappear, collect his thoughts, and I think it's from whenever he gets like a sample of the venom, the scare venom. That's when he creates the antidote. It's whenever he creates a new one, there's always panic. That's how it usually goes with Batman, anyway. Yeah. Spider-Man doesn't have that to his advantage.
He doesn't. But the thing is, he's got high metabolism, so it's going to get into his system quicker, but out of his system as well. So I think as all of these like weird figures of Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and this masked character are beating him up, and that's not actually real. That's just Venom whooping Venom. It's Scarecrow whooping the shit out of him, sort of outside of his vision. His spidey senses are going to tingle sooner rather than later. After a few moments, his spidey senses are going to come back, and he grabs a hand. And he shakes his eyes and shakes his head a little bit, and just everything starts becoming clear again. And that masked figure of the new Spider-Man that's going to get recast after 2 films turns back into Scarecrow. And he pulls his hand towards him, does some Aikido move, flips him over, does 10 somersaults, and straight down to the ground. Web shooters takes him out of it. and then calls up Batman and says, I've got one of your villains here, take him back to your fucked up crazy world.
I would have gone a lot darker with that. I'd have ripped Scarecrow's mask off, hit a web over his face so he can't breathe, and stood there watching him suffocate to death. Because that's ultimate fear, isn't it? You know, he doesn't appreciate oxygen for what it is. So the guy doesn't deserve oxygen. Bam, web in the face, suffocate. He's going blue, purple, he's writhing in agony. We'll just walk away.
I reckon, considering this is a fight to the death, that's the way it's ending.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
So Scarecrow gets suffocated.
Leave him strung up on a lamppost to make an example of people who come from DC to fuck with the bright, colourful Spider-Man universe. Never again! Remember Andrew Garfield. Remember! We will remember him.
Awesome. So Spider-Man's going through to the next round. Scarecrow gets just about taken out.
Yeah, good.
Awesome. Make sure you give it a like and a subscribe, people. Share it wherever you can, and make sure you tune in next week for more Superhero Barfight.
Peace out, y'all.